Hey everyone. Hello, hello. Um, I don't know what's going on here. I tried to play music again. Pretzel Rock's registering. Nothing's playing. I hear it. You don't. I'm not sure what to do with it. Um, so normally on the weekends I do my paper quilling, but I feel like I need something where I don't need to think and just come and hang out. And sometimes with paper quilling, because I'm so new at it, I feel like I'm struggling to think and remember numbers and all that stuff. So I decided to start off with just a chill watercolor stream, and we'll see where it goes from there. So how's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's well. Been relaxing all day. Um, Having a hard time getting going today. I got a few things done. Um, and I feel like I can take a little bit of time for me. Went through a few things I had to sort out and get some organizing done, and yeah, so I'm just doing a little bit of copy pasting here. 5 minutes goes by really fast when you do the setup. A few more. And all right. Hmm. Trying to find the last one. Where'd it go? There it is. Alrighty. Let's do this. I really like it when I have it set up where I have that second chat. So let me set that up. And just want to set up my chat here on the side so I can see everything. I'm nosy that way. There we go. That took a while for it to come up. Set up the mod view. Unstable. Keyframe intervals too high. What does that mean? What in the world is going on with all of my stuff here? I had a hard time with streaming last night, and I'm having a hard time again today. My stream keeps refreshing. Well, that's no fun. No fun at all. Let's see what it says here. Inspect, analyze, assist, troubleshooting. Dropped frames. Oh my goodness, 6,000 dropped frames. I don't know what that means, but that can't be good. Why do I have dropped frames? My internet seems fine. I guess I wasn't meant to stream this weekend because I tried last night and I ran into problems with a different computer, and now I have my other computer that I've never had problems with, and I have many dropped frames. I don't want to do this if this is going to be horrible experience for you guys. I don't know, it seems okay now. Okay, well, I'm just going to go with it. If it gets too bad, then I'll just stop. That's all there is to it. That's it. That's all. Not much more I can do. Except now this stream is way behind for me to watch. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. There we go. It is what it is. All right. Well, I've got this watercolor pad. And if there is anybody there, if it gets too bad, please let me know. And yeah, I just might shut down and oh, I know what I have to do. I know something that's wrong with my computer. I know one thing. Let me try this. Let me give this a try and see if this will help. Because I restarted my computer before stream to make sure everything would be okay. Let's just see if that fixed the problem. No. No, it did not. All right. Well, I'm going to bring up stream on my phone. And if it gets really bad, then yeah. Okay. So I've got this pad and I've got some, they're just white pages at the back. But further in, I got this at the dollar store. Further in, there's water resist pages. So I thought maybe I would start off with one of these, see what we can put together with this, and take it from there. So, well, this looks really pretty. Am I in the mood to add color? Let's take this out. And this is kind of a test too. Actually, I didn't see any more of these at the dollar store when I went the other day. And I told Mama Supreme that if I liked it, then I would go back and get her one. But I don't think there's any left. Oops. And there was so many of them too when I went. I always buy 2 or 3 of everything, and I really should have, but I didn't. So I will resist. I will only do one of each. And I will let Mama have the other one if I can't find more. So, Isa, how you doing? I don't know what the problem talking about, but there was no problem from on your end. I have dropped frames, so I don't know. And I had my stream up earlier. It was refreshing. So I don't know. It seems to be okay now. Do you hear music though, Isa? Because I've tried to put music on. And I don't know. I've been struggling with it for a while to try to get music for you guys, and it's just not working. So that's where it is. But oh no. Oh, it's just been one of those days, where things just nothing major, just a bunch of little things that make you feel like, ugh. I've got all my watercolors. I'm really anxious, was kind of happy seeing you were live now, as your stream usually all, aw, thank you. Don't be anxious. What are you anxious about? I can't hear it. Okay. I heard it a little when you talked earlier. Yeah, I think what's happening is it cuts in and out. So when I start talking, it stops, and when I stop talking, it plays. So you know what? That's just going to be annoying for you guys. I'm trying to give you guys the best experience possible with music, and I'll just have to talk. If you're not hearing it, there's no point in having it there, really. It's too bad. I don't understand it because it's showing up in chat. I hear it, but you guys don't. So I don't know. It's very, very odd. I cannot figure it out for the life of me. All right, so I'm looking at this, and I don't know if I should start with doing the background or if we should start with filling in the foliage. Maybe do the foliage, because maybe I'll want the back. Well, I can't have the background stay white because we're going to have to color around. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing here, but we're going to try this. So I'm going to start off, I think I'm going to use my coloring pencils, like my watercolor pencils that I'm not very good at using. And I don't have a whole lot of colors. I've got these two greens. Oh, I should be doing darker. So how's your day been, Isa? I know you said you were really anxious, but it's been kind of a blah day for me. I don't know why. There's no specific reason, but I'm anxious about a lot. There's a lot going on, but I guess the upcoming exams, yeah, upcoming exams definitely will get you. But I know you're going to do well. You've got math tomorrow, and you got to take time to. I was one of those people who studied at the last minute and couldn't take time to relax, and I still do that. Not necessarily with studying, because I don't have studying anymore, but well, I did when I took my course, but report cards and everything. I start early, but I feel like I don't move ahead until crunch time, and then I start moving ahead. But the last report cards just kind of fell into place properly, and I had a lot more time to have some me time while I was doing it. And not huge me time, just taking breaks when I felt I needed it and being able to, whereas most of the time I can't. And it made a really big difference. I was more productive when I was at it. And I know it's easier said than done, but so sometimes it is better to take breaks and refocus. Then when your crunch time's coming up, you kind of get even more nervous about it and you feel like you can't take a break. And I get that. So I've never really watercolored. So we'll see how this goes. The only thing I've ever really watercolored was I've watercolored some flowers that were just like cut out paper and made coloring on them to add color to them, you know? Kind of like I did with the flower in my very first stream. Oh, I hope you feel better, Isa. Take care of yourself. It's hard to get what you have to get done when your health is giving you a hard time. Yeah, they're Crayolas. I bought them for the kids and I accidentally bought one pack too many, so I stuck them in my bin of arts and crafts. We'll see. You've done watercolors, have you not? Or I know sketching. Like if you have done watercolors, got any tips for me? I feel like this is going to be very interesting because I want to go up to the edge, but oh, I think that's a flower, not a leaf. Maybe it's a leaf. I don't know. It's a green flower now. Your main painting technique? Did I do it right? I really want to know. Am I working harder than I should? Yeah, because it's got this water resist thing. Um, I can go right up to the edge without any problems, but then I feel like I'm stopping before the edge too at the same time. I don't think this is the best paper for watercolor though. It seems to be tearing up a little bit. You don't know how to do it with pencils? I feel like this is kind of the easiest way for me because I feel like I have more control. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. The I've shown the flowers that I did with watercoloring on stream before, one of my first streams. Like very simple watercoloring. Eh, I feel like I need a little more green in there, but I don't want to apply it while it's wet. Um, I don't know, I guess this is just kind of like coloring and then adding the water. Made me think of this morning when I was looking at these, it made me think of when I was a kid and we used to get um, watercolor books. And they'd be all traced out in colors, and then you just added water and the picture would appear, and you just had to try to stay in the lines. It was a lot of fun. I'm assuming you don't know the weight of the paper used. No, I don't, but it says it's watercolor paper, but hello, Burke. How are you? Yay! My auto shout out worked. Yay, yay, yay. I want to like personalize each one, but I thought it would be best to at least get a shout out happening when people come in, and I can tweak the comments after. So, how you doing, Burke? Have you got me up on your TV, or do you have me on mobile? Witchcraft, I know, right? I feel like it's the best thing since sliced bread. I can hook you up if you'd like to have the automatic shout outs. The minute the person talks in chat, they get shouted out. TV, but through a busted laptop, but that's okay. It's looking like a succulent. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to end up being because I think it was meant to be some kind. I don't know. Not sure. Can you see like maybe it is a succulent? I don't know. At first, I just thought it was foliage, but yeah, I'll send you a reminder DM for after stream if you don't mind. Absolutely. The shading is great for that. Oh, perfect. Thank you. That's one thing that I mean, I know about light sources and the whole bit, but I ignore them. That's where I feel like I'm going to mess up is in the light sources. Because I'm going to think, oh, it should be dark all the way around. And it shouldn't. And I know that. I mean, I had full projects on just light sources when I was a kid in high school when I took art. So, but I never listened to them. I wanted to, do a candlestick with a rose next to it. And I was having a hard time with the lighting. My teacher was just the best. We had a little storage room where it was dark. And so she sent me in the storage room with a tiny little candle kind of thing and a rose to sit there and draw so I could actually see the colors. It was like an electric candle or something. She stuck me in a dark closet so I could do my art properly. What you're doing looks good, so why not keep going? Exactly. And see, that's my problem, is I feel like I go more with what I feel looks good than the physics behind lighting, you know? So, I feel like a pro painter, actually, to be honest. Kind of makes me feel like I know what I'm doing. I love the fact that I can go a little bit out of the lines and it's just keeping me in there with that water resist. I do want to add a little green in here after, somehow. You know the rules, right? Then it's okay to break them. That's right. I know the rules. You know the rules, and so do I. I cannot sing. Like, I don't sing really well to begin with, but the minute I'm trying to sing softly for stream, so horrible. Like, worse than usual. I'm a top of my lungs type of singer, and I sound so much better in my car. The skull you posted was watercolor. Ah, I think I remember seeing it. I'm gonna have to check again. I know I liked something. I've been going through Twitter so much lately. So how are you doing today, Burke? You're mostly lurking while I clean. Tomorrow is the start of the town's spring cleanup. Oh, nice. When they take away your junk and put it when you put it at the curb. Yeah. I don't know that our town has had that in a long time. They stopped doing it. Um, I don't understand why. I mean, pretty important. I think what they may have started doing is kind of like put it out there and then they have trucks going around kind of more regularly. I don't know. I haven't put stuff at the curb in a really long time. I feel like I should pull out my old artwork that I did in high school and kind of remind myself that I know how to do art a little bit, more than just crafts. I've always been one, though, that it takes forever to do any kind of project. I wonder if, look, this is getting green. Oh, yeah, I think that'll come off. I feel like there's a sparkle to, I don't know if it's coming from the crayons or this water thing, but I feel like there's a shimmery sparkle to it. I doubt you guys can see it. It's so subtle. Yeah, bury stuff in their backyard or throw it in the bush is what ends up happening here. When that's one thing that happened. When they stopped doing that, the garbage in the bush really picked up. Now you've got me really curious about the paper. I wonder if it's written down anywhere. Probably not. Just watercolor resist paper. Nope. Doesn't say anything. Not that I can see anyways, but it is nice and thick. Actually, you know what? It's not that thick. My other watercolor is much thicker than this. But it's got that texture, you know, to hold the water and the paint. So Yeah, it does have the texture, so that's good. I just got your DM. I won't open it till after stream. And I think too, even though you're on a broken laptop, you could probably set it up while you're kind of in a downtime right now because won't take much, um, much to do. You just have to open up a website and type in what you want. And then you have to invite them to your Twitch and mod them, and that's it. Voila. So I'm about halfway through my people to shout out. I did the first craft people first. The only thing is, I do want to tweak it because I've got it set for like one shout out a stream for now. Um, but for certain people, like my first craft people, people I see regularly, I think I'm going to make it happen like once every maybe hour and a half. The thing is if everybody comes in at the same time, we're going to have like shout out, shout out, shout out, you know? So I just want to test it out like the way it is now and see how it goes. I don't know how I'm going to do this rose because the whole rose is water resist. Maybe we'll do this whole thing like, I don't know, red or pink or something. I have to refill my water brush. Yeah, I'm sure there's shimmer in that. Even the water looks shimmery. And it's just plain water that I grabbed from my thing, my spray bottle that I filled up with plain water. Hello, Satan. I might actually do some drawing alongside your stream. Oh, I would love that. Don't think I'm going to get any more studying done today. Take your time and, take time for you. Do a little bit of drawing and then post what you've got in Discord so I can see it. I'd love that. And how are you, Satan, today? Are you off today or are you getting ready for work soon? I really appreciate that you take the time to stop in, even though you're at work or getting ready for work. I was thinking about that the other day, and I thought it would be definitely worth the mention that, even if you've only got 10 or 15 minutes, you're taking time to stop in and say hello, and I do really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're getting ready for work soon? Sorry, Mini Supreme can't decide if she wants to be in or out of the computer room. Right now, I'm trying to figure out the redstone problem. Oh, what are you working on with the redstone? Been working on it for the past 2 days. What redstone problem do you have? This is kind of like building up my confidence in painting. Feel like I can paint. I want a piston door closed and I want it to open when a successful item is placed into two. I see. Is that for the mini game you were talking about? Or is it just for like your base or something? And Burke, I know you're lurking, but if you can hear me, you don't have to type or anything. It'll just be easier than me typing it in the DM. But um, in one of my other communities that I'm in, the person that introduced me to this, they made a YouTube video. So I'll send you the walkthrough on that too, on how to do the full setup. The only thing they didn't tell me was how to hook it into my Twitch. So I figured that out. So yeah, the mini game to get and the final door to get out. Nice. Your mini games are always so elaborate, and I haven't played many because I'm not much of a mini game player because of my lack of skill or lack of confidence in my skill. But they're always so amazing. I've got to see a few when people were doing like base tours and stuff on streams, and then the horse race I hung out there too. That was fun. And again, my confidence and my skill in Minecraft stopped me from even riding the horse. And I felt bad because a lot of people were like, Supreme, you can have a turn. And I'm like, no. I didn't want people to feel like they were leaving me out. I was purposely staying out. But I've built up my confidence. I may interact a little more. Kitman, welcome in. How are you? Yes. So I have auto shout out set up for all of my favorite peeps that stream. And so welcome in. The minute you talk, there's a shout out for you. So anyone who doesn't know Pro Kitman, everyone knows Burke. Everyone that was here. If you don't know Pro Kitman, he's on First Craft with me. Give him a follow and check him out. And if you like poop, you need to go check out his latest VOD from yesterday because that is hilarious. Chip and Dan planted poop. Well, they didn't plant the poop. They made a command block that made all of the farm animals drop poop, like tons and tons of manure all over the First Craft server. And poor Kit has a farm that just was overfilling with poop. He couldn't even keep up with it. It was hilarious. I was crying. I was watching it and I was crying so much, especially I had discovered the poop. Like anything Ship does, he doesn't tell me on the server. Which is nice. So I get to be one of you guys. And I had found the poop on April Fools. And when you kept blaming Rusty, I was laughing so hard. I was crying. Poor Rusty. Boop. Yes, please clip that and do a highlight on it because so Pro Kit Man has what? Like is it 240 or 300 cows? Like I don't know, it's an excessive amount. There's probably what? 240. Yeah, there's I don't know, 8 there's 10 cow crushers all in a circle. And it's got like the rail system underneath to pick up the meat. It was coming up full of poop. Like full. We couldn't even take it out fast and it was hilarious. Over 8,000 poop per hour. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, I have one cow crusher and one sheep crusher. And I went to my farm. I wanted to stock up on some poop because they're cocoa beans that have been renamed poop. Like in game, so it's got brown writing and everything. So I got 3 shulkers full of cocoa beans, poop, in about 20 minutes max. Like, I don't even think it was that long. I would walk to one crusher, pull out 14, walk to the other crusher, pull out 10, go back. There was 4, go back. It was insane. I streamed it last night, but I was having technical issues. My stream was stuttering, and so I didn't even release the VOD. Not worth it. Your old cow crusher at your starter base is in the spawn chunk. Oh my goodness. Half a double chest full. 48 cows. That's crazy. Well, it all backfired on Ship because he's got a wool farm in near spawn in loaded chunks, and I don't think he's gone to check it all. His filters, he's got filters for the colored wool, like an auto sorter, but that's it. And I don't think he's checked that out yet. I've backfired. It was so messy. Yeah. And it was so funny because he was talking about the poop after I found it, and then all of a sudden he went, "Oh, Kitman. Oh, my wool farm." Like he hadn't thought of any of this when it was all done or planned out rather. And then Burke and Dan would hop on the server and just type in poop and leave. Actually, I think Burke typed feces and Dan typed poop. There were so many occasions, if it wasn't all family friendly, there were so many occasions to make some really good pun references to poop. I didn't have time, but I knew something was up. Oh, he was asking you to go on. Yeah, he asked me to go on too. Well, actually, I pulled out my computer and I usually play in bed. And I pulled it out and he was laying there just on his phone. He's like, "You should go on First Craft." I said, "I actually was about to." He said, "Oh, okay." And so I went on and I knew it was April Fool's and I'm like, I'm sure there's something. I'm sure he's done something, but and every time I looked over, he was like leaning over looking at me. Thank you so much for the follow, Emily. How are you? Welcome in. Hello. Welcome in, welcome in. My April Fool's prank was me not falling for his prank. Well, you might not have done it on April Fool's, but you did it live on stream, so that was perfect. It was very, very entertaining. And then after you ended, I went into Dan's stream and I told him all about it, and I was laughing again. Oh, thank you. I didn't draw this. This is actually dollar store. Um, it's water resist paper. So it comes in a pad like this, and there's parts that don't accept the water. So we'll end up getting the white. So all the white stuff is actually, I'm not even doing anything. It's just stopping me from being able to paint over it. So, but thank you. I feel like I'm doing a not too bad job at adding color. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it, Kit? Now I'm a little upset because so a couple of weeks ago, I was chatting with my mom and she wanted some stuff at the dollar store. And there's a dollar store here, there's none in her town. So she said, next time you're at the dollar store, can you pick me up this and that and that and that? And so I texted her and said, I'm going to the dollar store. I don't remember what you want. What do you want? She said, that, and that, and that. And then she said, and also I'm giving you carte blanche. If you see anything that you think I need, just buy it and I'll pay you back. So I bought a bunch of stuff for her and I saw these and I bought only one for me. And the next day when I was doing my stream and showing everybody what I bought, my mom was in stream and she said, didn't you think I might need one of these? And I said, well, I wanted to test it out first to see if it was worth buying. So I didn't get you one, but don't worry, Mom. There's like a stack of 20 of them there. I'll go back and get you more if it's worth it. And I was there the other day and there was no more. So I did tell her though, there's two of each sheet in the book. So I'll just give her the other one like this. Hello, Sophie. How are ya? You gotta lurk though, lurking now. All right, Kit. See you later. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, hey. You borrowed your sister's laptop again? Can't miss Supreme Crafting Stream. Well, thank you so much. I don't know. I'm assuming. Was it your sister's laptop? Please thank her and tell her I say hello. And if it's not hers, then thank whoever and say hello. But say hello to your sister anyways, please. Yeah, I wanted a chill stream. I've been paper quilling. Um so there's some of you that are new. I'll show you what I have been doing for the last couple of streams. I've been making butterflies. I've got to glue this guy together with paper quilling. And this guy broke too. I got to glue them back together. So those are the 5 I have, but it takes a lot of concentration to do, and I'm just wasn't up for concentrating today. So figured coloring would be, easy on the brain. So that's what I decided to do. And I was watching a stream this morning, Kerstine, and she makes cards as well, just like I make cards. But she colors all of her cards. She stamps them out and colors them. And I was watching and I was like, I can do this. I can do this. And then I decided to do watercoloring instead because she's got nice Copic markers and I don't. So my markers are cheap dollar store markers. If I find that I do more coloring, I'll invest in some better markers. But when I bought them, I really had no intention of coloring. So I just bought cheap markers. I spend enough money on crafts. I love those so much. They're so pretty. Thank you. The butterflies, I'm guessing, with stream delay. Yeah, I'm having a really fun time making them. Just like I said, since it's all new to me, I watch tutorials and then I take notes and there's measuring involved and all that stuff. And it's just a lot for my little brain today. Sometimes you just need a chillax day, you know? And I don't know, maybe I should be putting more thought into this, but I feel like not putting thought into it is actually working really well. This little leaf is really different shape from the others, so I think it's meant to be a leaf from the rose, but it actually should have been bigger than that if it was. Meh, it's green. It works. So we're done one of these, whatever it is. I think I'm going to do this one pink. I know it looks like a succulent now, but I think it was meant to be like a mum or like one of those really big flowers, you know? I think. Because the leaves on these ones are different, or the petals, I'm assuming, is different from that one. So let's make this one some kind of a pinky color. And I have, oh, good, it's gone. Okay. I probably stuck the book in it. I had a puddle of water on my craft mat. Yeah, mindless art turns out even better sometimes. I know. Sometimes I know I overthink things and I know that. But do you guys want to see some of the things I did this week that I was just like chilling and vibing and doing? So this was last week. I think I showed this one on stream already. That's coloring with my El Cheapo markers. But no, I don't. This one here is very different from what I usually do, but I did some more coloring on that one too, which is really dark, but it's cute. It's different. Gotta try different things and not always stay in the same. Like this was a color combination I never would have thought of on my own, and this I probably should have gone with brighter colors, but it's cute. I like it. You make the line art yourself too? No, I colored it. I have a coloring book full of cardstock. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so I've got this coloring book full of stuff, and I chose some colors, and these actually were at the back right here, like a half page. So they have little ones that you can color. So I started with those because they're perfect for cards. Um, I do stamping and then coloring, but um, I think the more I color and the more I stamp, I may end up getting better at doing line art. So, yeah, I've seen doodles and stuff, and the more I work with it, the more I'll get, ideas for lines. And it's actually a really good idea. You struggle way too much with coming up with stuff sometimes, especially for cards. Yeah. Um, I have a lot of stamps that I can color. Yeah, still no luck with that laptop, eh, Sophie? But worst case scenario, you can pull out the hard drive and clone it. If you can't go in and get the files, you can take the files out and bring them to you. All right, so I've got this. Oh, I've got two purples and a pink. Okay, I had a little test paper here. Definitely not watercolor paper, but not really. At least I have hope that my data is safe. I will probably bring it to the repair shop. Yeah, I'm quite confident it's safe. And I don't even know very much about computers. And Ship is even more confident. Oh, do I attempt 3 colors on this? Yep, let's do it. Feeling confident today. I think we're going to go with, you know how some flowers are lighter down in the bottom and then they get darker as they go up? I think that's what we're going to do today. And it's okay because flowers are all different. You say that Supreme. Oh, sorry, hold on. Scroll. Oh, there. Say that Supreme, but that's not true with every laptop. Some MacBooks, for instance, don't have a hard drive per se. Oh, but have SSD chips soldered to the logic board. Oh, if I hadn't cloned my laptop before it started to get really bad, I would have been out of luck. Oh, I didn't know that. Luckily, I saved most on several hard drives, but lately I was a bit behind on that. Well, that's good to have it backed up. Yeah, it does have a removable battery. Because she tried that yesterday. I know nothing about computers, like really seriously. I've gotten better. I don't just walk by them and break them anymore, but when I first met Ship, oh, the poor boy. Can you fix my computer? What did you do? I don't know. I just looked at it. I was his worst nightmare. Like, I'm the person who breaks the photocopier at work all the time. Oh, the battery is not removable. Oh, yeah, without opening. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I knew a lot about computers. Actually, when they first came out, I kind of knew a bit, but now it's funny. They got easier in the sense that things aren't coded anymore, but I think the only thing that helped me before was the fact that it was still quite new to many people, so I was the most knowledgeable one out there. Didn't stop me from breaking mine all the time though. You can get little cases to install a laptop drive into so that you can plug it into your another computer, or at least you used to be able to, so I assume you still can. Yeah, probably. Ooh, this is very bright. Ooh, very, very bright. Maybe we'll just do this all the way up and make it a light pink flower. The one thing with these is it seems once they get wet, they don't spread out as well. Like they stop really suddenly because they're not very good watercolors. But these look like I've never used them before. And I know I've used watercolor pencils a little while back on another project, so I don't know where I put those. A little bit of pink over into the green there. There we go. That's going to be pretty. I'm just descending back into my cleaning lurk. Enjoy your lurk, Burke. Thanks for stopping back in. I can always go over this once it dries and add a little more color too. And yeah, it really stops spreading once I ease up on pulling it out of there. Like I said, this paper isn't the best, so it's kind of tearing a little. Not tearing, but rolling up a little, you know? Not too bad. Also, my water pencil's getting really low, so that's probably not helping. Oh yeah, there's definitely shimmer in there. Definitely, most definitely. Yeah, hey, so how's your drawing come along? Or what you decided to do? It's nice because I went to a stream this morning and was inspired, and then if you draw alongside me, the inspiration has gone from one person to another, to another to another. You finished? Oh my goodness. You're a fast drawer. I still have projects that I started years ago. Will you be oh, I guess will you share it on Twitter? Or were you going to share it in the Discord? I'd love to see it. You're too fast for your own good. Hello, Artist Strange. How you doing? Welcome in. I don't have you. I'm not at your list yet. But Artist Strange does all kinds of art. 3D art for the most part, right? Or at least that's what you've done when I've gone in. Did I spell this right? Are there 2 S's? Oh, thank you, Burke. Thank you, thank you. Pulled Burke out of his lurk for a shout out. Thank you so much. I could share it in your Discord. Yes, please do. It's just a sketch, not really. Oh, share it for sure in our Discord. I know you're there already, but for anyone else who's not, enter, not shift. You swap and change, sculpting most recently, but I work with pencils and watercolors. Oh, cool. Well, I don't usually do watercolors. This is my absolute very first watercolor. The only thing I've ever worked with watercolors is coloring shapes to make flowers with. So just adding, depth to the leaves or the petals before I assemble. That's about it. Not much skill involved in that. But yeah, so this is my very first watercolor since high school, because I did do a watercolor in high school. I did a really weird watercolor in high school. A woman's face with like colors and colors of hair coming out. So I'm experimenting. I'm not much of an artist per se. I'm more of a crafter, so I'm exploring. I just wanted something chill. I've been doing paper quilling lately, and there's so much thought involved that I just needed a break. It's a fun medium, but it can be time consuming if you're having to layer. Yeah. And I'll probably have to go back and layer in some spots. What I feel though is watercolor has I used to really in high school I disliked watercolor because I was going through a phase where if it didn't look real, it didn't look good. And I enjoyed other people's projects, but not my own. I was very critical of myself. And so I didn't like the softness of it. But as I've grown up and explored and saw other people's works, I actually really enjoy I was looking for my puddle of water. I really enjoy the softness of it. And it's quite forgiving in the sense that because it's got the softer, you can have harsh lines, but it's just, I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't think I'm describing what I'm trying to say properly, but you can get so many different looks with it that you can kind of pull it off. And it may not be what you envisioned, but that doesn't mean it doesn't look good. That's what I'm trying to say. I love everyone's work. That isn't my own. Yeah, aren't we? Isn't it sad that we're so hard on ourselves and so encouraging for other people? We were talking about that earlier in another stream. I was lurking in your stream all day today, by the way. I didn't have any sound on because I was doing some other stuff, but I think it was today. Was it today you were playing a game, weren't you? Or was that yesterday? I know I lurked in 2 of your Terraria streams recently. Haven't actually worked with watercolor pencils though. This is kind of fun. Sophie says that's so me. I used to draw as realistic as I can, still doing it to be honest. You have beautiful drawings, Sophie. It's hard to control watercolor, and I don't know, I still can't handle it right. And that's the thing. I think that's what I didn't like about it was it's harder to control, and it was the feeling of not having control to make everything like straight and but then that's the beauty of the watercolor and I'm embracing that. Like this is looking beautiful. Yes, I have lines that are I have water resist. I'm cheating. There's water resist lines here that's keeping my lines nice and straight, but I'm loving the colors and the softness and the fact that I'm not controlling it very well and it's just kind of doing its own thing and watercolors do beautiful things on their own. So I'm kind of embracing that. You were playing Ocean's Heart today. That's right. Yes. Gouache is the water medium I can't control. I haven't done much painting at all. Watercolor is really difficult. Really? Like I've seen better watercolors than this, but I'm feeling pretty good about what I'm doing and I'm feeling like it's coming together well. I'm also not thinking at all. I've turned my brain off and I'm just moving my paintbrush around and I think that's one of my big downfalls is I overthink way too much. And I could probably go a little darker. Like I would like this to be a little darker, but I can just go in and darken it up after. I don't feel like I'm 100% committed to the way this is looking right now. I can soften it up. It is a very easy medium to bring with you. Yeah. I don't I do feel that it's difficult to control. Like I said, I do agree with that. I just feel like it's naturally beautiful. So I'm embracing letting the water do what it wants. But I'm also not trying to create a picture here. I'm just coloring with it, which is a big difference when you're trying to create a picture. And like I said, I'm kind of cheating with this water resist edges here. I can't really, my lines are staying very nice and crisp because of it. But this is turning out to be a very wonderful experience. I'm enjoying the watercolor, the pencils. And they're super cheap pencils, like they're just Crayola brand. They're not any kind of huge mark of pencil or anything. But they aren't spreading super perfectly in some areas. It really is reminding me of those watercolor coloring books where the colors are already set out and you just have to add water. What I feel like I'm doing right now. They're one of my favorite things to do as a kid. And there were so many of the books that I never finished because I was that person that, didn't want to do too many and have nothing to do later. So I would only do one and then try to wait and then have them sit there and kind of get, they end up being wasted. Where am I? The worst thing is landscape in watercolor. It's so easy to mess it up, at least for me. Least amount of mess. Best for my lazy self. Yeah, it's a lot easier to clean up brushes and stuff. Yeah, I don't think landscapes are very easy. It depends what you're aiming for. If you're trying to be super accurate with it, it's tougher learning. It's a tougher learning curve. But if you just want to let it do its own thing, it's easier. And I think maybe that's the mindset I'm in right now. I'm just letting it do whatever it wants. So I do actually have some watercolor pencils that I was gifted years ago back at my mom's house. Never dared to touch them. Oh, maybe give them a try. They're fun. I feel like I can really control where I want the color to go. Um, I might have to change perspectives. I can't compare it to acrylics, which I'm used to. Yeah, your paintings in acrylics are very, very, very precise. And Artist Strange used to be acrylic only, and it was a big change. Gouache is closer, but it also has its odd characteristics. I remember, like I said, I don't paint very much. I remember being really intimidated by it in high school. And so I didn't, that's the only time I've really done art, was in art class in high school. And it was just, and that's probably what it is. It's, I couldn't control it. I haven't experimented very much with gouache and acrylic, and I have tons of acrylic paints. I've painted models, but never, I don't know, I can't think that I've done a painting. Me and oil paint don't get along at all. Oil is very difficult, isn't it? I went to a watercolor course when I was younger where we learned how to paint slightly abstract mountain landscape, but I learned most from my skills through YouTube. That's the nice thing about having YouTube these days. Like, I didn't have that when I was a kid. You had your art teacher or you tried to learn on your own and that was it. Or you had books. You could look at books. Or Bob Ross. I don't think I've ever tried gouache, says Sophie. At school back then, we were required to paint with tempera only. Kind of like that too, actually. I think that's what I used. No, I had gouache. I think we had tempera also, but I'm pretty sure I had gouache. De la gouache. Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm hearing my teacher saying it. Oil is awful. I've never done oil paintings. I don't think I even own any oil paint. It's too messy. YouTube is great for learning anything. I love it. I love YouTube too. I fall asleep with my phone in my hand watching YouTube most nights. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go back and add some darker colors to this. Because we're not seeing that distinct white line at all because I went so light up at the top. Bob Ross oil method is fun and relatively easy, but anything beyond that, and I get lost and it takes so long to dry. I don't have time for that. I need my desk back. Yeah, I grew up like with Bob Ross, and I used to get upset sometimes because I mean, we didn't have very many channels on TV. And on Sunday afternoons, all you had was Bob Ross or fishing with Bob Izumi. And so a lot of times Bob Ross was on, and I would be like, oh, I just want my cartoons. Because I was only, I don't know, I was 6 or 7. But I didn't want Bob Ross on, but I couldn't look away. And I would just stand there and watch him. When I had my phone, I was heavily into digital art. I love how much you can control it and make it almost exactly as you want to be. Really? I I got um I bought myself for Christmas a digital tablet and it's still in the box cuz I'm too intimidated to try it. But the stuff people do on the digital tablets and what I wanted it for, um, I have not even taken it out of the box. I'm so intimidated by it. And it's silly because you know how many times I'm intimidated by something and I don't start it, and then once I do it, I go, this isn't as bad as I thought. I think it's because I see, um, like some people do such amazing stuff. And it's just remember, Supreme, you're not gonna know it right off the bat. There's a learning curve. Well, this is total opposite what I said I was gonna do. I said I was gonna start darker at the bottom and go, or sorry, lighter at the bottom and go darker as I went up, and I did the opposite, kind of, sort of. There are so many tutorials on digital art. It's a bit hard at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's so much fun. I've seen some people do it. I haven't looked at any tutorials yet. But seen some people where it seems like once you know, there's so many choices, it seems like it's learning all that kind of intimidates me, I think, more so. But like I've seen people draw a line, it's not straight, and then boom, it's straight, and then you add this and add that, and so I'm hoping to try it and like it. And well, that's pretty. It's very pretty. I got into whittling recently. Oh, nice. And that intimidates me, but it could be because of the sharp, pointy things that want my fingers. Yeah, I did. The only whittling I ever did was like soap carving. Um, my kids have whittled sticks and stuff. Not into anything major, just like little special walking sticks or whatever. I'm afraid to add color to this before it until it fully dries because I don't want it to be too dark. Now I'm pretty sure these are leaves, or these ones at least. I wish I had more greens. What else have we got here? Not much left. There's these little berry things and these three little leaf sections. And then the background is going to be the biggest thing to be able to make everything else pop. Got to lurk for a while? Thank you so much, Sophie, for stopping in. Enjoy your lurk. I will see you later for sure. Yeah, this is cute. I'm liking it. What color should I do the berries? They're probably, I think, red berries, but I don't want to do red. I don't know what color to do the background. Maybe I'll go like, I don't know. Oh, you guys can't see, only I can see. Hmm, maybe we'll do purple berries, like little blueberries. And we're going to go with the deep purple. Which one was the deeper one? I think it was this one. Yeah. Or do I want that? Hmm. Okay. Okay. We can do this. We'll do this. Well, it's probably going to give me such a dark effect. It's probably going to fill out the whole thing, and I'm not going to be able to do what I want it to do. There we go. Luli, hey, hey, hey. You wasn't aware I was streaming? No problem. Thank you for coming in. How are you doing? It's looking wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. I am using uh, a water resist drawing that's already there. There's little parts there that's resisting the water, so I'm just coloring it in. My very first coloring experience with watercolors. You had some dinner. What did you have? Chip is making ribs for dinner. I'll probably make some rice to go with it. I haven't decided if I'm going to make rice or mashed potatoes, or if he's going to make it. But I will probably make it. You had some leftover broccoli and cauliflower, so threw it together in a stir fry with rice. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I love stir fries, which is good because one of the things I can eat. I kind of went a little bit relaxed with what I've been eating lately, and I have not been feeling well. That's probably why I feel blah today. Thursday, I felt yucky. Friday, I felt yucky, like physically yucky. And the saddest part is I didn't even eat a lot of what I shouldn't have, and I felt so sick after. It wasn't even worth the having the flavor of it. At least if I felt good, enjoyed eating something I'm not supposed to and go, "Oh, this is so good." Then you can see "Oh, okay, well, whatever." But I didn't even enjoy it and felt sick almost right away. So I was like, "Oh, why am I even taking a bite of this donut? It's not worth it." And I didn't even have a full donut. I literally took a bite of my daughter's donut. That's it. It was yucky. At least I wasn't in pain. I just felt sick. I think I needed to do that because um, when I first really had to start watching what I was eating a year ago, I had a fresh memory of being in pain for 8 hours and having to go to the hospital and get pain meds and the whole bit until it subsided. So nothing really was like, "Oh, you guys want pizza? Sure, no problem. I don't want any. I don't even want to smell it. I don't care." But it's been a year now, so it's kind of like, "Oh, that pizza smells so good." Food intolerances are the worst. Yeah, they are. They really are. There's so much I cannot eat. I ever ended up having to go on a low carb diet, I would die because that's all I can eat right now. I live on crackers. Ship will pull out a bag of chips and I sit there with crackers. Or I'll look at him and say, "Can I have one chip? Just one." Crackers and veggies. And I mean, the only thing I can't eat is fat, and there's fat in everything. Everything has fat. Have I had it checked out? Yeah, I did get it checked out. I'm waiting for the specialist. Um, so yeah, they're pretty sure it's my gallbladder, but nothing's coming up because I can't eat any fat at all. It could be more, could be something different, and that's why they're not coming up with any results. But um, all right, scrolled up really fast here. Um, so what is osteopathy? I used to struggle a lot with it before. I didn't know what it what I could handle. It seemed like anything you make made me sick, so I was always scared. Now it's not so bad anymore. My friend isn't. Oh, for osteopath. Okay, yes, yes. And she says it could be reduced a lot in one session. Hey, Lena, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I didn't hear that because my volume is off. Boop. Is my volume off? No, my volume's not off. I thought I fixed that. Why am I not hearing those? I hear them on my other computer. Oh, boop. Oh, and all my Minecraft alerts are still hooked up, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I wanted to disable those. Yeah, like a naturopath, right? Osteopath. How many things cause it? It could also be bacterial overgrowth. Yeah, lack of the right enzyme, gallbladder, but I don't know. I don't know. Nobody seems concerned about it. They're more concerned about the fact that I'm in pain and can't eat. So, because the even when I was being sent to the specialist, my doctor was like, "Well, I mean, your test." So, but I'm stubborn. I waited way too long. It's kind of forcing me to eat healthy though, so that's good. Like healthier, make better choices, not have the pizza and not have the donut and not have the ramen. Um, you like feel your organs and see if something may be stuck, causing slight malfunction. Could have been caused by a stomach flu or a lot of bloating suddenly. Yeah, that would be something to look into too. Instead of, always going the medical drug type route, um, where it's more natural. Just wanted to stop in and say hi. I'm going to lurk. Gotta watch my beans. Are you making beans? I can eat beans. I like beans. Also gotta enjoy life. Yeah, that's true. Eating pizza is part of that. Well, it's not necessarily the pizza either. It's the pepperoni and the cheese. I mean, I could make something different, some different kind of pizza. Doesn't have to be the traditional pepperoni and cheese pizza. Because I can eat all the bread I want. I live on bread too. I love bread. There, this is looking really pretty. Um, oh, this chat is paused. Drugs are usually just symptom suppressors for pain. Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, no, for sure. There's something wrong if you've, I mean, not always. Sometimes you do need meds for something, for certain things, but sometimes it's just masking or it's treating the symptoms and not the illness is what it'll do. That's the right way to say it or to put it for a lot of things. Um, they're smelling awesome with smoked pork. Mmm, I love beans. Thought you meant kids with that for some reason. um, out of the coffin. Wake up. It's daytime. No kids, just food. Supreme, that looks really pretty. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, for pain, exactly. I knew what you meant, Luli. I kind of worded it wrong. I felt like I stuck my foot in my mouth, but I knew what you meant. Don't disagree with drugs in general, just pain treatment. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, exactly. I think you said it properly. I goofed it up. All right. So we got some leaves to do. You know what, guys? I really needed this. I wasn't going to stream, and I'm really happy I did. I really needed to color and chill and hang out and I was thinking about streaming all day. I wanted to do it since like 7 or 8 o'clock this morning, and now it's quarter to four. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I don't want to think, and I'm gonna have to think. And I'm glad I came into the corner here, and I was tidying up my corner, and then I went, oh, watercolors. Yes, yes, that'll be no think. Make these darker. Try to. I'm not gonna add that lighter one in there. If that works. Um, no worries. I can be a bit harsh sometimes in the way I say things. Oh, I didn't think you were harsh at all, Luli. At all, at all. I only take pain meds when I really can't handle the pain, usually when I'm having migraines. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Yeah, for headaches I take them, but the doctor just said take pain meds when you get them. I wanted to know the source. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes it's um sometimes it's nothing, but sometimes you gotta figure out what the source is. Kept asking if she assumed it was stress headaches, physical therapy to release the tension in my neck, but it could be different for migraines. So that did work? Releasing the tension in your neck, Luli? I don't want to say anything might help, but I took probiotics last year and I think that might have helped my issues unless it was a coincidence, but I had previously struggled for several years. Oh, I'm sure I've got imbalance as well. There's no way that I can be eating what I'm eating and not have caused an imbalance. So I wasn't eating well prior. Not that I was eating horribly, but I wasn't eating as well as I could have. And sorry. So I'm sure I caused an imbalance there, and now with cutting out so many, I'm causing a different kind of imbalance. So, a lot of doctors do that. That's why so many older people are addicted to them. Yeah, I've had them since I was a kid. Oh, your migraines. It's probably inherited since my mom struggled with that too. It worked, yes. Luli says, but got to keep it up. Had these kinds of headaches since I was 6. Oh my goodness. Wow. Sophie says, I've gone through so many doctor's office and tests and stuff, but no one can find a cause. I have an aunt that has major migraines, and I don't think they've ever found what the causes were either. And then I've got a coworker who gets really bad headaches, and it's stress headaches too, but not necessarily stress. It's muscle stress tension. So she does physical therapy a lot as well to loosen it up and massages and stuff. But if she stops for any little bit of time, um, but I mean, tension headaches or stress headaches doesn't necessarily mean you're physically under or you're emotionally under stress or whatever. It could be with your muscles where you're physically stressing, physical muscle stress. I have a bad habit of not taking things I need to take. Um, Cutting out foods causing issues can further worsen the symptoms too. That's an evil cycle, absolutely. All right, Supreme says art is strange. I can look at it. I got to catch you. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Check out Art is Strange. Um, really good for your time zone, guys. Um, I believe teams are just before I go out to work. So like afternoon for you guys for the most part. Oh, yeah, that's right. Every time I talk too, there's a message that comes up. So every time I shout somebody out, we're gonna get a message from me. Um, yeah, thanks again for stopping in. I will catch you probably one morning this week. I'll be able to stop in and say hello before I head out to work. Um, sure, I just hold a lot of tension in my neck, I guess, without it being related to stress. Yeah, sometimes I don't know if it's posture or whatever. I'm not a doctor or a physiotherapist or anything, but cutting out foods and becoming worse. Yep, for sure. Um, oh, wait, I missed something. Yeah, hold a lot of tension without being stress related. Ouch. Yeah, then there's no. See, I'm worse in a different way though. Like I have other things. Because low fat isn't good either. Exactly. Yeah. The intolerance is often from too little bacteria to help get down. Oh, is it buffering again for you guys? Sorry. Oh. Oh my goodness, yeah. The frames dropped is insane. 9,000 frames dropped. I don't know how bad what that is, but is my sound okay though? Nothing major? Okay, good. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to get shipped to look into it because I had problems on my other computer last night when I tried to stream Minecraft and I thought it was the computer. But now if I'm having problems here on this computer, it's something. And I have full internet, like bars on my computer, but we may have to restart the modem. We have to do that every once in a while. I'll get Ship to look into it for me when he's not busy. Because we have like amazing internet. So if there's anything going on internet wise, it's because the just needs to be reset. Doesn't seem that bad. It's not buffering for me at least. Just choppy. Yeah, it's probably choppy, which isn't too bad when we're looking at art, but last night it was choppy with Minecraft, so it was horrible, horrible. I ended up ending stream. I think I streamed for about 40 minutes and I didn't know it was choppy. Nobody told me. And when I ended up finding out, I just happened to look at something on the internet and I saw my stream was choppy. I just ended it. Just not worth it. Play something and you miss a frame, whatever. I'm flying around showing you my base and you're missing every second thing. I decided not to continue. But I mean, I've watched people's whose stream is doing that. And I'll tell them, it's okay. I can still hear you. But I don't know why I would have thought it was a problem for my viewers. That's probably why they didn't say anything, but um it doesn't seem that bad. It's not oh, I read that already. It's definitely not too bad. Good. You're going to lurk for a bit and clean up. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Enjoy your lurk, enjoy your cleaning. And hopefully I'll be able to say bye to you before I go and your cleaning will be done. I'm really trying to decide what background color to do with this. All of my artists know what color. I don't want it to clash. Oh no, I went over the line. A tiny little line that was supposed to help me not get color where it didn't belong. Oh no, and I smudged it now. Oh. Everything was so perfect until now. Messy stove again. Yes, that and many other things. Tissue with a little bit of water should rub it off. Or clean brush with a bit of water. Yeah, I think so. I also have, you think the clean? Yeah, I should probably do that now. I don't have water. Here we go. I thought you were talking about your stove. I was like, yeah, clean brush, clean stoves. That's good. Oh, and a paper towel, maybe. Uh, I don't have anything here. I have toilet paper. I kind of made it worse. Oopsie. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. It's not a big deal. I'm not too worried. All right. It's the imperfections that make it yours. Yep. I'm gonna have to leave too. Get ready for sleep. It was nice sketching along with you in stream. Managed to do 2 drawings. Awesome. Pretty happy with the second one. Good. I will check them out. Did you post both of them in Discord? Sleep well, Isa. Rest up. Good luck tomorrow on your exam. I'm sure you'll do great. Take a deep breath before you go in. Tell yourself, I got this, and you got it. Yeah, I'd love to see them in Discord. Please, please. Okay, now I need to somehow get this green out of there because I really made it worse. I've got, where did I put my, oh, right here. This is like a definitely brand new clean brush. I think I can just make it work with the background. Oh no, now I'm ripping the paper. Okay, let's leave it. I'm making it worse. Let's just leave it. It's fine, it's fine. I should have left it as a tiny little imperfection. As long as I don't go with a yellow background, I think no matter what color I do, I'll be able to work it out. Figure out a way. Did it make it worse? Yeah, I made it worse. I think I had a little bit of leftover residual paint on my paintbrush. I didn't grab a clean one. That's okay. I will figure it out. We'll try something else later. It's not too, like, I was thinking of doing a blue background maybe. So if I do blue, it's going to blend right in. I don't know if I should. Oh, Supreme. Just leave it. Almost put my finger. It doesn't look that bad from here, at least. Yeah, it's not horrible. It's just, it is worse than it was. I spread it is what I did. I lightened it, but I spread it rather um, lighter air. Not upset. I will fix it somehow. Just adds to the charm. And I can just say, I'm learning. That's the nice thing about being new at something. You can say, I'm learning. And not even feel guilty about it. I'm still milking being new at Minecraft. It's been a year. I think I can milk that one forever. I shouldn't say I'm new to Minecraft. I should say I'm new to video games, period. I didn't even know how to use the controls on the keyboard for doing anything other than just typing. You know what? It's lightening up as it dries as well. So it's not a big deal. And I took like twice now. I've taken about 2 months off of Minecraft. So when you look at a year and then you take 2 months off of playing twice, that's 4 months. I haven't been playing that long. I'm pretty impressed. This is looking really nice. Actually, differently. Seriously, see that that too. I on computer. WSAD Did I even say those letters right? WASD, yeah. Now it's buffering. Oh, really, really bad. What is going on? 18. What in the world? End up dropping. Likely, I think it might disappear. In the holy camole, what's on? And it's just getting worse. Okay. Connected. I don't have the least idea what to do. You guys are dropping out like flies. Oh, I can't refresh this. All right, well, I don't know what. Not really, but let me see. I'm sure that's all internet. Yeah, it's just buffering. Completely buffering. Well, all right. Well, I guess we'll end. Um, like I said, my numbers are just climbing. I'm at 23,000 dropped frames. And only a couple of seconds ago, I was at like 18,000. So I can still hear you from time to time. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Sophie, you type. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to continue? And if I drop out, I drop out just so we can get this done? Or do you want me to call it? Because I don't mind continuing. I'm going to continue whether I'm live or not. It's your experience as a viewing experience more so than my painting at this point with how bad it is. Especially if you're losing my voice. It's better now? Okay. It did stabilize. The numbers are still the same as they were a couple of minutes ago. So, well, if it's stable, let's keep going. I've only got like 2 more things to paint. And yeah, I wonder what my VOD's going to be like. I wonder if the VOD is going to be choppy and stuff, or if it's going to be, or if it's really my broadcasting that's causing the problem. In the VOD, it's going to be like, I don't know what to do. Everything's so choppy. And they'll be like, hey, everything looks fine. I'll be curious. I'll go check it out after to see what exactly happens. But I think it's really my upload to the internet that's being affected right now. There, we got one done. Still have the delay, but it's not buffering anymore. Okay, well, delay is fine. I can keep that in mind when I talk to you. And actually, it didn't even take you that long to answer me. Oh, there's a stem in here that I didn't see. There we go. There we are. All right, so I did ask earlier before all of that buffering stuff started. Um, if you had a suggestion for a color in the background. Got a rose in the middle. And I'm not gonna do it with pencils for the background. It's such a large area. I'll pull out my watercolors themselves. Delay is 13 seconds right now. That's not too bad. I've seen worse. If I refresh, I'm gonna miss some things you said, but then the delay will go back in 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah, I don't think 13, I mean, it is a lot, but it's manageable for me. I mean, to wait for you. I've had, in Kitman's stream one time, the delay was, I think we ended up calculating, oh, in library stream one time, the delay was 7 minutes. It was insane. Like, it was so hard to keep up with anything that was going on because by the time it was seen, she had moved on to other things. She was pretty bummed out about that. I'll really have to get Chip to look into it for me. Because obviously, if both of my computers are acting up, chances are it's the network. And I didn't even think to check the frames per second last night when I was streaming Minecraft. I just assumed it was my computer. And it did end up needing a Windows update, which I've had it happen in the past where after I did the update, it was fine. Okay, my delay got better now. I would say maybe light blue in the background or yellow. Depends on what colors you're going to use for the other leaves. I had thought of yellow, which I think would really pop. So these leaves, like all I have left is color this and this. That's all that's left other than this, which is a different shape of leaf. It's almost, yeah, they're almost this shape, but I don't think it's a flower because the shape of the whole thing doesn't look flowery. I don't know. Should I make that pink? Like a smaller blossom? And I was thinking yellow, but I don't know if yellow is going to cover that. But then that could be a yellow rose. Or I could paint red around, like in this rosy area. I don't know. I've done all this and I'm liking it. I'm afraid I'm going to end up doing too much and then just ruining the effect because I tend to do too much. I could go with the lighter green here. And if I do that, then yellow probably wouldn't be the best bet. Yeah, it's 100% stable now, not climbing anymore. So hopefully, even though you've got delay, your delay won't get worse, hopefully, and it won't buffer again. Hopefully. What I'm hoping for. I'd really like to finish this. I don't feel like it's going to take me that much longer to do. And then Ship streamed last night, but he's hardwired into the internet. I have Wi-Fi, so it might just be a router thing. And the kids haven't complained about their internet, but they've been working on the other computer that's hardwired. All right, let's see what this brings. Oh, out of focus now too. Out of focus, dropping frames. Come on, camera. How long has it been out of focus? Well, all right, just hurry up and finish, Supreme. Oh, and my computer's like going into high gear again. Silly technical issues, eh? Making my life difficult. And the only thing I can think of to fix it would be like turning off the internet on my computer and resetting, like doing a troubleshoot and restarting it. But that'll get rid of you guys, so that's no better. Okay, so it wasn't on my end. No, it wasn't on your end. It was definitely on my end. Most definitely on my end. I don't know, maybe you didn't hear all of that when I was saying it was me, and you are fine. It's all me. It's funny, right? Because the first thing you think of, oh, it must be me. I know anytime somebody's stream goes down or starts buffering, I'm like, ah, it's got to be me. Can't be them. They're streamers. They never have technical issues. We are immune to technical issues. And we're almost done here. Oh, see, it is unstable again. I might lose you again. You have internet issues a lot, so I always assume it's me. Yeah. I used to have internet issues in my, like, we have amazing internet. But in my room, the router didn't reach very well. But Ship bought a special extension, and we're in the room, we're on our own little Wi-Fi network. Ship never had a problem because he's, like I said, he's hardwired right into the cable or the cable of the internet. But and I mean, it's weird because my house is not huge. You wouldn't think I should have problems having my internet reach to the other side of my house. Feel like I live in a mansion. Oh, internet doesn't reach this side of the wing into this wing of the house. We need a booster and an extension. I have an average size house for. Yeah, extensions help a lot. They sure do. We have very thick walls, so the Wi-Fi only reaches 2 rooms at most. Yeah, and my house is an older house. It's not nearly as old as yours, um, which I absolutely would love. I had a friend of mine that, she lived in an old house, and again, not as old as yours either. I think hers was about 100 years old, maybe? Yours is more than 100 years old, right? I believe? But, trying to get some water without getting anyways, actually, it would probably only be 100 years old now, her house, but she had secret passages in her house. It was so cool. So, so cool. 400 years. Yeah, okay, I thought it was, and I was like, I don't wanna sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm pretty sure it was close to 400 years old. That's what I thought. I absolutely am envious of that. I love old things. I have an ink eraser that oh, it's probably right into the paper, though. I think we'll go with blue, and then it'll kinda fix it all up. If we're going with blue, we'll go with, um, what's that, black? I wish I had, like a gray slate blue, which I probably have in here, but I don't wanna yeah. Because this, like, in one of those, like, silvery gray blues, you know what I mean? The leaves that you get that are silvery looking? It's not even the oldest one around. I know, you live in an absolute, like, historical like, the oldest towns we have around here are that old. Trying to focus my camera. Chip said he was gonna do stuff for that too. Wonder if my camera's dirty. Maybe I dirtied the camera. You think? Probably gonna make it worse. That didn't work. Oh, oh, it's a little more focused. There. Okay. Uh, it's not even looking that old, except the facade, everything is renovated recently, even the whole roof. Oh, wow. But even still, just the history behind it is just so I love it. I love old stuff. I think if I hadn't have been turned off so much in history class about, like, remembering dates, like, specific dates, like, I love historical facts and historical things. I feel like I'm having a hard time seeing those lines now. Oh, you know what would help, though? I know what happened. It's starting to get darker outside. So the light slowly got dim from the window. Okay, I'm going to turn on the actual basement light here. Give me 1 second. Oh, there, now I can see. You guys can probably see a bit better too. Do you use your phone or an actual camera? I have an actual webcam. It's hanging over my microphone arm. I asked for a webcam. I used my phone for my very first 2 streams, I think, maybe 3, and then I asked Ship to buy me, a web or not buy me, but choose a webcam because he would know what to look for more. Because I was looking at them and the price differences were so drastic, and I thought, "Okay, well, is it worth buying the more expensive one? Like, do I get more? Does it do more?" I have no idea. So Ship chose one, and at the same time, he ordered me a mic, which was really thoughtful. I thought that was super sweet and very supportive. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. That looks like leaves on a flower. Like, now that top part does look like a flower. History was never my strongest subject, to be honest, but it can be very interesting. It is very interesting. I feel the same way. Like in school, not my strongest subject at all. But as an adult, I've started like when my kids were younger, we started going to historical places, and I just love hearing about the history of things. And when people talk about, you know, history of their countries, and I love it. I don't want to read about it, but if somebody will sit down and talk to me about stuff like that, I love it. I find it fascinating and very interesting. Like kind of like a mix between history and geography kind of thing, you know? We went to a couple of forts when my kids were younger, and I really enjoyed it. Or when we go to Niagara Falls, there's Lundy's Lane, which is like the biggest, it's the busiest street in, like, it's got the biggest attractions in Niagara Falls. But there was also the Battle of Lundy's Lane. And it's so interesting to think, like, years ago there was a huge battle, and what they must have excavated or found while they were digging foundations for these more modern buildings, and these civil soldiers that were there years and years ago, and now it's just a big tourist attraction with wax museums and Ferris wheel, and it's fascinating. It is fascinating, always more fascinating to hear about it firsthand. Absolutely, I agree. That's exactly how I feel. I've decided to turn this into a flower. Kind of looks like a lily pad type flower. So did that one. I can't think of the name of that flower. I'm going to make this more pink because it's a bud. So I'm assuming for the most part, buds are darker than the actual open flower. That's what I'm going to go for. And I know nothing about flowers, although I just sounded like I did. I just think they're pretty. Adala? Yeah, that sounds right. Or a dahlia? That sounds really right. I think you're right. This might backfire because I might have done it so dark that I'm not going to get any lightness to it at all. I love those so much. My mom has some really pretty dark red ones. Oh, they were almost black. Gorgeous. Yeah, I used to like, I mean, I liked flowers, but um, coloring flowers, including flowers in anything, even having flowers, kind of like, meh, I don't care. But I love them now. They're so, I don't know. I still don't want a garden because I don't have much of a green thumb. If it wasn't for ship, all my plants would be dead. And that's been like thing I joke around and say that's why I taught my kids to get water when they were young because I would forget to water them. Yeah, I think I made a good call making this pink. However you interpret it. And this is how I saw it. And now I feel really bad for not buying this book for Mama Supreme. And then I guess I would have had to buy her watercolors. I don't know if she has any watercolors. Actually, you can do this with ink too, which I kind of have done before with the what did I do that with? Oh, I did it with my coloring my flower. My rose for my very first stream. Not my rose, my like the flower I made on my very first stream. It wasn't a rose. It was kind of like a daisy, but it was red. My granny is obsessed with flowers. She knows all of them. And her garden is full. It's a sea of color in the summer. That must be stunning. Spent a lot of time with her as a child, so that could explain my love of nature. Yep, absolutely for sure. Um, yeah, I do love to look at flowers. I just am not good at taking care of them, so I don't have any. When I first moved out into my own apartment, I was convinced I would have plants and it was going to be beautiful and um yeah. I do have one plant, but again, if it wasn't for ship, I would have killed it. Um so ship came along 6 years ago. I kept it along all that time. I kept it alive all that time, but the plant's going on like 25, 22 years or so. So that's an achievement, but it wouldn't have lasted much more than the 20 original years or 18 original years before ship showed up. Okay, now I'm kind of scared to add the color in the background. only because I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up. Because once I do that, it's done. I am wondering though if I should go around this rose with the color, like a rosy color. I'm going to do the blue first, and then I'll figure it out from there. This brush I think will be okay. Taking care of them is another side. I have no green thumb at all. I rather look at them outdoors. Yeah. I just forget to water them, is my huge downfall. I genuinely forget to water them. I forgot to bring my, see, I forget to water them. I forgot to bring my glass of water down that I had for painting. It's sitting upstairs on the counter. So luckily we have this. All right, we've got this. Let's give some colors a try here. I'm actually thinking either that might be way too dark. I think I want that blue. Like not this blue, but this washy blue. Because my other blues are quite, like very light. Let's see this one. Ooh, I might have changed my mind. I think I want that one. Mine usually die because they don't get enough light. Sun rarely comes to my windows here. Well, with being a vampire and all, you don't want too much light, right? I can understand that. All right, Supreme. This is scary. I mean, I shouldn't be scared. It's just water. It's just water paint. It's not a big deal. It's not going to like ruin it. I do need a lot of water. This is not enough water. There we go. Oh, you know what? If I water this first, yes, the second blue looks really good. Thank you. I'm glad I was right because because I forgot about the stream delay and forgot to wait for your answer. Even vampires need a little light in here sometimes. I mean, what? Yeah, exactly. What? No vampires here. What are we talking about? Put the water first and then go in and grab some color because that's a technique, right? Just putting the water down first. Oh, Supreme, you should have stopped. I'm having deja vu, Sophie. I feel like we've done this before. It's going to dry lighter too. Oh, I'm going to go right over these berries with the blue because it's actually filling in the little parts of the purple that I didn't get to. Okay. This is working, kind of. I'll just add more water. I'll stop around this rose because I want to leave it in case I decide to put color around the rose. Okay, water, Supreme, water. Spread it out. This is nerve-wracking. I wish I could have catched one of your earlier streams, but this is my first crafting stream of yours. Yeah, I do morning streams. I do one morning a week, which would probably be about noonish for you. Because right now it's late for you again. How on earth? I'm trying to stay in the same direction, but how on earth am I going to get in there? Like, not in here. In here. Oh, like that. Okay. This is working. Fine. Everything's fine. We'll have some hard lines, but that's okay. It's part of watercoloring. This paper is really warping too because it's so light. Oh, we got some blue in the flower. There, now I'm really getting that watercolor effect where you don't have the nice clean harsh lines and it's controlled. I spoke too soon when I was like, no, this is fine. I'm doing great. Too much blue, too much blue. Actually, that much blue isn't too bad. It's 11 p.m., so not that late actually. No, it's late enough. Yeah, so this is wiping off of that white stuff really well. Okay, this is good. As long as I can stay even-ish. I don't mind the watercolor look, like the little splotchy-ish. This is looking really nice. I'm enjoying it. I don't know what just happened with my computer here. There we go. Some kind of window popped up. I was really hoping to stream like, I don't remember what time I went live, 2-ish. I was hoping to start a couple of hours before I went live, like earlier. Just so I could really have an evening where I'm done. I love streaming in the evening. Absolutely love it. Then I feel like I need to wind down after. And so it would have ended up being really late on a Sunday when I have to start work in the morning. This is what I don't want, is these harsh lines. Where's my brush? No. No, 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 don't bleed. Thank you. harsh line out a bit. That's the joys of watercolor, is having the harsh lines, so it's fine. There we go. I really like how the blue comes along. I do love it. I'm just afraid to mess it up because it really is making harsh lines very easily. And I don't mind somewhat, but I don't want it to be like 50 different directions of harsh lines. I have a bad habit of going this way and that way and this way and that way. The one thing too about these watercolors is they're chalky when they dry. Is that a normal thing? Be chalky? Like, I don't feel like this part, the green part with the pencils, is chalky. But these ones here dry very chalky. I'm gonna have to press this in a book or something to get it to flatten out. The lines, yeah. And I don't mind it. I mean, I've embraced the fact that that's what watercolors look like. But I don't want it to be too harsh in some areas and not in others. If I'm gonna have lines, that's fine, as long as they're somewhat evenish and same direction, I guess, would be good. Like, especially when I get into these little areas, I don't want it to look like, oh, look, she just went in and filled it in, like when a really bad painter paints your house but leaves big colored marks around your door frames and stuff. Ooh, I've got a little bit of blue to put in here too. Tiniest little spot right there. Oh, nope, it's all filled in with the white resist. Okay. Yeah, I really needed to do this stream. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I needed this. Like I said, I wasn't having a bad day. I just wasn't having a feel like me day. And then the thought of thinking and calculating and with the paper quilling, I just thought, I can't do that today. No matter how much I want to get that project done because I'm really excited about it, I just needed a break from it. It looks like they're a bit chalky in the package too. Yeah, mine were very expensive. They're almost shiny when they dry. Yeah, I know mine are cheap. I mean, they weren't extremely cheap because watercolors are very, very expensive. Um, but they weren't. A set this size would be a very pretty penny, and I didn't pay tons of money. But like I said, they weren't overly cheap. I guess they're middle of the road kind of thing. I bought my daughter some and me some for Christmas one year. I'm really liking this. Beautiful. I am loving the blue. Even the lines. Like I said, I don't care if there's some darker areas. I just want it to be somewhat uniform. As long as it looks like it's meant to be like that. And it dries lighter than it is when it's wet, so. Doing it like a sky look with the lines in it. I think it's called brand. Sorry, my English is hard sometimes. I knew what you meant. I knew you meant brand. And I wasn't sure if it was a mistake or a typo. Do you know what brand they are? If you've got it handy? Because that's one thing. I don't mind paying a lot of money for something if I know it's worth it. Too many times I've thought, okay, I'm going to spend the extra, like splurge and buy something good. And then it ends up not being any better than the cheap thing, you know? That's really upsetting. I'll also spend a lot more money on someone else than I will on myself. Van Gogh. Ah, from an art shop here. I don't know if you can get them anywhere. Oh, well, I'll check on Amazon to see. Van Gogh. I can remember that. That's a great name for paints. I'll forget it's Van Gogh. I'll just be like, who is that artist that like chopped his ear off again? That's what I'll end up doing. But I can Google that and get my answer and then look it up. Oh, Sophie, we're almost done. Just gonna have to go around this a little bit right here. And then I do want to go in with a color for the rose. And then I did it. We did it. Oh, if I had have like drew this and painted this myself. Woohoo. This is art. A little more blue in here. Oh, too much blue, Supreme. Too much, too much. There we go. Saved it. Now that green over here. Too much, too much. Water it down, even it out, and then tushpa. Means don't touch. You had to go back and play with it, eh, Supreme? Want to save it. There we go. Saved. When it dries, it'll be lighter. I'm not worried. I can always go in and water it down some more or whatever. Not a big deal. Nice thing about watercolors. All right, so we're going to add some color to that flower. And then we are done. And we're going to take this one, a new paintbrush. And add some water. I'll pour the water over your painting, silly girl. And just adding water to this paintbrush. Because I forgot to bring my glass of water downstairs. Be able to rinse my paintbrush. Now I'm wondering, should I go with a yellow rose? I think I might. Just trying to clean this up because this got a lot of green paint in it. All right. I'm seeing a yellow rose. I'm going to do yellow. I'm going to do it with my coloring pencils. Oh, and then I'm going to end up with green around the edge. I might have to do a different color because this yellow is not going to show up very much. I didn't leave a big enough edge around to show that it's a rose. think your internet cut off. But you're back, it seems. Well, I'm happy you're back. I might have disappeared. You may have been okay. I decided to go with the yellow rose, but now I'm regretting it. And there's no going back. Because I didn't leave enough, like any color around like I should have. And I don't think this yellow is going to show up at all because we're not going to have that yellow outline around the rose. And there's so much white here that's going to resist the watercolor. And I can't really, well, maybe once it's dry, I can go over it with a different color. We'll end up with an orange rose or a green rose. We'll just see what we can do with the yellow. I think if it's just a little bit like subtle yellow, I think it'll be okay. In hindsight, I should have gone with a darker color, but I could just see a nice blob of yellow in the middle of this, what I was envisioning, and I forgot there's so much white from the resist. There we go. You know what? It might not be that bad. Make sure I've got all the green out of here. We have pure water. We do. Spread this out with some yellow. Really not much to do with this since it's so white. Really just a matter of putting water all over it and spreading it out evenly. There we go. That's all there is to it. Cleaning off the whiteness. There we go. And then the yellow will dry a little lighter. I think the yellow is too yellow now because the lines are so light. But I can go in with water and lighten it up later once it dries if I find it's still too dark. Especially having to put so much white. Hello, Epic Man. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much. Oh, it was your internet this time? Nothing worked? Oh, okay. I thought for sure it was me. The yellow looks okay from here? Good. Hopefully when it dries it'll right now I feel it looks like lines. So, Epic Man, thank you so much. I kind of cheated a little. This is water resist paper, so the drawing was already there. I just colored it in with watercolors. So, I'm quite happy with it though. This is pretty much my very first watercolor. So, I'm pleased. I'm doing really, really good. Thank you. I was about to wrap up. Um, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. And I actually finished something in a stream. I'm really, really excited. very, very excited, actually. So I will put that there. I'm really loving this. I needed a nice, quiet, chill type of art piece, and I'm pleased. Quite proud. Now let's see what's going on in the big worldwide of Twitch. You talk now. Yeah, my drop frames has, and my internet's fine. I can go on to Twitch, no problem. So, sure. Yeah, liking. Yep, it started getting really bad. People are dropping out again. Connections are being lost. Here. Okay. Well, I see a few new people in chat, but for the most part, um, it's my Minecraft community who's here. And I was supposed to be modding my good friend Bruno an hour and a half ago, but I wasn't done my project. So I think I'm going to head over there. Um, Bruno is very entertaining. And so I think we'll head over there. Please stick around for the raid. If you like Minecraft, definitely stay for the raid. Um, um, that's where we will go. Thank you so much for being here, Sophie. I really, really, really needed today. I really needed to just chill and do some kind of easy, chill project. And thank you for sharing that time with me. So thank you very much. So we are going to head over to Bruno. We have a raid call. If you want to copy that into your to put in Bruno's when we raid, the thing. Slash raid Bruno Danui. All right, the raid has been created. And I'm going to do a shout out here too for anyone who gets lost in the raid or who watches the VOD and might be like, hey, who did she see go raid to? Because we don't usually know who they raid to. So thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. I really hope to see you again. We will raid a craft streamer next time. And because I usually stream earlier on Sundays. So thank you again so much. I will post pictures on Twitter, Discord, and Instagram. I started, so I will post a picture of that later on today in all of my platforms. All right, thanks. Have a good day, guys. See you later.